Let me ask you something that most people won't dare to admit. Why do you study for 4 hours and remember absolutely nothing? Why do you sit there staring at a page, rereading the same sentence, convincing yourself that you're studying, when deep down you know it's all a lie? Here's the truth. Studying doesn't work unless you know how to manipulate your brain. You've been lied to by your teachers, your textbooks, and worst of all, by yourself. Because the people who get A stars, they don't work harder, they don't study more, they just know how to trick their mind into learning 10 times faster. And you're about to learn how to do exactly that. Let me make something very clear. If you use the techniques I'm about to give you, you will never study for 4 hours again. Why? Because you'll be getting 4 hours worth of results in just one. That's not a motivational quote. It's a warning. Because once you use these methods, you'll realize you've wasted years doing it wrong. You'll realize those late nights, those long hours, those study marathons were all completely unnecessary. And it'll make you angry. Angry that no one taught you this. Angry that you've been sitting there grinding like a robot while others were flying past you effortlessly. But that's okay, because now you're about to join them. But before we go further, I need you to forget everything you think you know about studying. Forget reading and highlighting. Forget taking notes. Forget studying for hours and hours. That's not studying. That's academic self-harm. You don't need more time. You need more output per minute. You don't need to try harder. You need to manipulate your brain like a machine. Because here's the brutal truth. Your brain doesn't care how long you study. It only remembers how intensely and how effectively you engage. So, the student who studies for 1 hour with laser focus, total system control, and brain-based technique will always outperform the one who spends 4 hours scrolling between pages, zoning out, and pretending to be productive. And here's the best part. This isn't about talent. It's not about IQ. It's not even about motivation. It's about using psychological leverage. You're going to hack your attention, exploit your memory systems, and force your brain to absorb information like a sponge, even if you've never done it before. This is not optional, because exams don't care about your feelings. They don't reward effort. They reward results. And if you're not studying with these techniques, you're literally volunteering to fall behind. So let me be honest with you. If you want A's without burning out, if you want speed without stress, if you want dominance without desperation, then listen to every single second of what comes next. Because by the time you finish this video, your brain will be reprogrammed. We're not just going to study. We're going to compress time. We're going to break the limits. And we're going to cram 4 hours of results into 1 hour of ruthless, high-intensity, brain-hacked study. Let's begin. 1. The 20-minute isolation protocol, the pressure cooker method. This is not your average Pomodoro. Forget 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. That's for beginners. Here's the truth. Your brain only enters deep focus when it's under controlled pressure. So here's what you're going to do. Step 1. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Step 2. Eliminate 100% of distractions. Put your phone in another room. Turn off all notifications. No music, no tabs, no background noise. You are inside a pressure cooker now. Step 3. Choose a micro goal. One small, measurable task. Understand this formula. Finish this topic's flashcards. Memorize these 10 points. Step 4. For 20 minutes, you do nothing else. No adjusting, no switching, no thinking, just do the task. Brutally, aggressively, completely. When you do this, your brain enters a state called transient hypofrontality, which means your inner critic shuts off and your brain focuses with laser precision. Those 20 minutes, they are worth an hour of regular study. Repeat this 3 times with short, non-distracting breaks between. Boom! You just got 3 times the output. 2. The active recall assault technique. Reading is weak. Highlighting is passive. Your brain only remembers what it has to fight to retrieve. So here's what you do. Instead of rereading, close your book and force your brain to answer questions. No matter how much you think you forgot, don't check the answers yet. Wrestle with the question. Struggle. Fight. This struggle is what activates long-term retention. Because your brain thinks, we keep needing this info. Better store it properly. The harder it is to recall, the deeper it locks in. So you're not wasting time anymore. You're not rereading the same paragraph 5 times. You're attacking your brain from the inside and forcing it to grow stronger. This alone turns a 4-hour session into a 60-minute knowledge assault. 3. The 3-layer chunking method. Your brain can't remember paragraphs, but it can remember chunks. Here's how it works. Layer 1. Take a topic and break it into 3 to 5 logical chunks. For example, in biology, if you're studying the heart, break it into structure, function, diseases, etc. Layer 2. Within each chunk, break it into bullet points or flashcards. No paragraphs, no fluff. Layer 3. Convert each point into a story, visual image, or exaggeration. Instead of left atrium receives oxygenated blood, imagine the left atrium as a royal guest room that only accepts VIP oxygen. Why does this work? Because your brain is a survival machine. It remembers meaning, not data. Chunking with vivid imagery or structure multiplies recall speed, slashing your study time. 4th, immediate output principle, IOP. Here's the mistake 99% of students make. They consume, they read, they watch videos, but they don't output immediately. If you learn something and don't use it within minutes, you forget 80% of it. So here's your new rule. After you learn anything, immediately write it, explain it, or quiz yourself on it. Don't wait until later. Don't trust your memory. Write after you learn it. Use it. This forces your brain to process and store it for real. You turn 1 hour into the equivalent of 4 because you're not losing retention every minute. You're locking it in the moment it enters your mind. 5. Time pressure plus public commitment. Hack this one? It's psychological warfare. Here's what you do. Before you begin your 1-hour session, make a public statement. Tell a friend, I'm studying topic from 6 to 7 p.m. Ask me questions at 7:05. Now your brain has no way out. There's public accountability. There's a deadline. And when you feel pressure, your brain releases norepinephrine, the neurochemical of alertness and memory encoding. Combine this with the 20-minute protocol, you become unstoppable. Let's recap. You isolate into brutal 20-minute sprints. You attack your brain with active recall. You chunk information into memory-friendly pieces. You output immediately. No time for forgetting. You add real psychological pressure to trigger focus hormones. This is how you compress 4 hours of studying into just 1. Not by working harder, but by hijacking your brain. This isn't magic, it's neuroscience, and it works every single time you use it. Now here's the part where most people just click off and forget everything. But not you, because if you've made it this far, you're not average anymore. You've just been handed the exact blueprint to study 4 times faster. Now the question is simple. Will you actually use it? Or will you scroll away and stay behind? Let's see who's really serious. Comment below one thing. Which of the 5 techniques are you using today? And what subject are you attacking with it? Don't be vague. Be specific. Say, I'm using the 20-minute isolation to conquer organic chemistry tonight. Or active recall assault on my business case studies starting now. Because I'm watching the comments, and I'll know exactly who's all talk and who's actually dangerous. And if you're really about this life, call someone out. Tag a friend who's been wasting time. Challenge them. Tell them, you've got 1 hour. Let's see how much you can learn. This is war now. No more lazy sessions. No more excuses. Only results. So if you're ready to crush 4 hours into one, show me. Drop your plan in the comments. Prove that you're not just watching, you're winning. Let's see who's built different.